Say,
If I were you, I would delete almost all of these apps. You're taking your phone around with you everywhere you go. It sees where you're going. It sees every person that's in the room with you, every person you've connected with. It has a microphone. Right off the bat, Google Chrome. Google Chrome is notorious for just collecting every single thing that they can about you. Google is not really a search engine, the same way that we used to think of it. It's an advertising company. Google is auctioning off your eyeballs, essentially, to advertisers. There are thousands of shell companies, of shady companies, of data brokers who are also collecting it and in turn selling it. I would delete it. You don't need it. Something like Brave works way better. Every time you load a web page, there's that split second before everything gets loaded, because there are these little empty boxes all over the screen, and Google's busy auctioning off those eyeballs to all of these people who want to fill the boxes. And with Brave, you can block all of this. It's fantastic. We're sensing a pattern here, but Google Maps. I would delete Google Maps. You have an iPhone here, and you have Apple Maps on there. So Apple and Google both collect a lot of data. Well, Apple is way better when it comes to privacy, but Apple actually goes out of its way to try to anonymize your data. It doesn't store in its databases your exact locations. It uses this technique called fuzzing.
Good.
Oh gosh, you've got Gmail on here. That's another, they're all Google. There are lots of more private email alternatives out there. Proton Mail is a great one. Tutanota is a great one. There are many others. The difference between them is that every email going into your inbox for Gmail is being analyzed, it's being scanned, it's being added to a profile about you. Google has a terrible track record.
Is Google doing creepy things to us?
the answer is yes. Google's former boss says.
There's what I call the creepy line, and the Google policy about a lot of these things is to get right up to the creepy line but not cross it.
Brockwell and others say Google does cross the creepy line.
There are ways to protect yourself from not losing passwords, and that's a whole other area we could discuss. Email is so personal. Email is private correspondence about everything in your life. And I think that we should be taking those private communications out of the reach of the companies that want to read them. And I think that using those services is also a vote for privacy, to tell the market, give a market signal that we think privacy is important. That's the only way we're going to get more privacy and for it to become easy. Why do you need an app for Shell? Why do you need it? Why do you need this? We think that we need an app for every single interaction we do with a business, and we don't realize what we're giving up as a result. All we're being told are the upsides, the conveniences of this. And most people are oblivious to the fact that they're really undermining their privacy. Your purchase history, your contact information, your physical address, your email address, your name, your phone number, your product interaction, purchase history, search history, user ID, product interaction, crash data, performance data, precise location, course location, user, the scrolling goes on. They're collecting so much information. The first step before downloading an app, take a look at their permissions. I would delete everything here. I don't think that you need an app for half of these things. I encourage you, if I'm going to give you homework, I encourage you, just go through and see what's an app that you haven't used in the last month, 3 months, 6 months. And you know what? Just delete it. WhatsApp is end-to-end encrypted and is going to be better than standard SMS. It's nowhere near as private as an app like Signal, which is an open source app that is really secure. WhatsApp collects a lot of data about you. It shares it with its parent company, Facebook. And that data includes, who you are, what time you're calling people, who you're calling. There was a document that came out that was leaked by Rolling Stone a couple of years ago that showed all the different private messaging apps and how they compared in terms of privacy. And Signal app was the best. WhatsApp was one of the worst.